What's up, everybody? I'm Chris Reel, Baltimore City Guide and owner of Rent-A-Tour with another Baltimore story. Now, did you know that on every standard issue Monopoly game board, you can find an important piece of Baltimore history? Right up here at the top, between Illinois Avenue and Atlantic Avenue, for the bargain price of $200, you can own the B&O Railroad. Now, in addition to being a property on the Monopoly board, the B&O Railroad also happens to be the very first commercial railroad in the United States of America. Now, the B&O is short for Baltimore and Ohio. Baltimore, of course, refers to our city, the great city of Baltimore, the origin of the B&O Railroad, but Ohio does not refer to the state of Ohio. It actually refers to the Ohio River. See, the idea was to connect the Port of Baltimore and the mid-Atlantic coast of the United States with the Ohio River. Once we got as far west as the Ohio River, we could use the naturally occurring network of existing waterways to continue moving goods into the expanding western frontier. So that was the concept, to connect Baltimore and the Ohio River. The charter was established in 1827 for the B&O Railroad, and then on July the 4th, 1828, a group of dignitaries, politicians, and businessmen all gathered together here in Baltimore to celebrate the dedication of the railroad and to lay the ceremonial first stone. Now, among this group was a very old man dressed in a white suit. His name was Charles Carroll of Carrollton. Now, that name might sound familiar to you, probably because a county in Maryland, Carroll County, is named in his honor. He is also one of the signers of the Declaration of Independence in 1776. But on this July 4th, 52 years later, Charles Carroll of Carrollton, at the age of 90, is the last surviving signer of the Declaration of Independence. He was a very early, enthusiastic supporter of the B&O Railroad, and he is said to have remarked at the dedication that it was the most important thing that he had ever been a part of during his life, second only to the signing of the Declaration, if it even be second to that. Charles Carroll of Carrollton understood how important the railroad was to a young United States. And in 1830, the first 13 miles of track between Baltimore and Ellicott City were opened. The railroad continued to expand, and before long, the B&O was one of the mightiest corporations in the United States. Now, during the Civil War, the president of the B&O Railroad was a man named John Wirt Garrett, and that name is probably also familiar to you because Garrett County in western Maryland is named in his honor. Well, there was an awful lot of Confederate sympathy in the city of Baltimore and in the state of Maryland, but John Wirt Garrett remained loyal to the Union and allowed the federal government to use the B&O Railroad for the war effort, transporting things like provisions and artillery and troops to the front lines. So much so that the B&O became known as Mr. Lincoln's Railroad, and it played a pivotal role in the eventual outcome of the American Civil War. Now today, you can visit the B&O Railroad Museum in West Baltimore. The museum sits on the former site of the Montclair Shops and is housed primarily in E. Francis Baldwin's magnificent roundhouse building. In the center of this building is a turntable that still works, and you can see the largest collection of Civil War-era train artifacts anywhere in the world. You can also climb aboard a train and ride on the very first mile of commercial track ever laid in the United States. America's network of commercial rail would continue to grow and expand, touching nearly every corner of this country, connecting the East Coast to the West Coast. But it all started right here in Baltimore. And if you'd like to visit the B&O Railroad Museum or plan another experience in and around the capital region, visit our website, www.rentatour.com. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram at RealDeal125. And if you enjoyed this video, please like, please share. If you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and click subscribe. If you have an idea for another topic that you'd like to see, just let me know. You can email me, you can tweet at me, you can just let me know in the comments. A big shout out to Miss Kathy Scafino, who came up with today's topic. Thanks so much, Miss Kathy. It really means a lot to me that you are watching these videos and enjoying them. I'll be back real soon with another Baltimore story, but until then, thanks so much for watching. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you around.